And I'm recording. Man, you know the vibes, boy. All right. I even told my friend he always be giving topics in the chat. So like, hey, we can do it that way too.
Okay, okay.
I just wanna see if we are live to see if the picture comes out good. All right, we should be good. If you check, all right, we all good. This is the Game Short podcast featuring HunnaGunna. It's been a
Yo, yo,
minute
yo.
since we had him in the podcast, going with the flow.
It's been a little bit.
It's been a little while, but it's all good. We do things at our own pace. If you have any questions as we're going, or not questions, or topics that you want, are, how do you say, ideas or knowledge or whatever you want to call it, you could put it in the chat. It will show up on the video, I think, or on the live.
Yeah, you guys got any topics? We'll talk about them and let you know how we feel.
Yeah. And 1 second. All right, so a lot of topics, maybe not a lot of topics. I don't know. So whatever happens first. But one thing we were discussing before we started was that the game of the year, right? Since it's a gaming channel mostly, we're gonna start with a gaming topic. Game of the year, it got announced, and they're going with Stray, which is the cat game, which is actually a fun watch because I saw my brother playing it. They have Horizon.
You said that's the cat game?
Yeah, you can play as a cat, bro.
Huh.
I was watching my brother when he was streaming it on the channel, and it actually looks kind of fun. It's like a parkour cat thing. You have these like robots chasing you, stuff like that. It looks fun. Maybe I'll play it.
That's cool.
They have Horizon Forbidden West. I have not played those games, but apparently the graphics are cracked and they're really good.
Now, is that the new game for Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah, it's the second one. So that one's Forbidden West.
Okay.
So I haven't played those, but it's probably good. I don't know. It got nominated. A Plague Tale Requiem. I've only seen the story gameplay for the first one, so the second one, I don't know. But I think the kid's like older or something. And then,
Now, what's that game about?
So from the first one, it's one of those where the Black Plague was a thing. So they have like rats they take over. And I think the kid was like immune, so they were trying to figure out a way to, get that going, I guess, or something. It kind of feels like The Last of Us, but with rats. Give you that little spooky feel. Obviously,
I think I see some gameplay of it.
they have some puzzles, try to avoid the rats, open stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So the new one, I haven't seen actual gameplay or story of it, so I don't know. But like I said again, it got nominated. Fourth game, Elden Ring. Pack, one of my mods, he said that game's gonna win Game of the Year. I call Cap, and I'll say that a little after. Elden Ring was fun. Graphics were good, amazing scenery, etc. But story-wise, to this day, I don't know what the hell happened. I just out there fighting bosses, getting my ass kicked for hours. One boss literally took us a few days. I'm not even joking.
Oh no.
Like, it was that hard. Like, we just played for like 3 hours, kept dying. We're like, alright, we might have to try again tomorrow. That happened a few days.
Let's try again tomorrow, same time.
Yeah, that happened a few days. And then the fifth game, Xenoblade Chronicle 3. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm gonna be dead ass. I don't know what that is. It's probably not gonna win. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh no.
You're not gonna win. And the sixth game just came out, God of War Ragnarok. I have not played it, but I'm sure that game is gonna win. It's between that and Elden Ring. I
Yeah,
thought,
I think the same thing. Either Elden Ring or God of War,
yeah,
because I've heard so many good things from both games.
facts. Like, cause I haven't played God of War. I'm gonna, but I thought they're gonna wait till like next year, cause like it just came out. You know, I was like, oh shit, I don't know if they're gonna add it, cause that's how it was a few years ago when it was The Last of Us 2 and when that God of War came out. They God of War didn't get, cuz I had a bet with that with the manager at my work.
Oh yeah?
He thought God of War was going to win. I thought The Last of Us 2 was going to win. That was before I knew what happened to Joel and Abby at the end.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, nah, like bro, Last of Us is about to win. The first one was really good. The last one or the set part 2, I think it's going to win. But God of War, I think The Last of Us did win that year, but God of War wasn't announced for Game of the Year until the following year. But I think that year they won. So technically, you know what I mean? I think I lost, but
Now,
technically we both won.
do you think that they came out with like a God of War set where you could play from the first God of War up to the newest one?
Maybe. I think maybe on the PlayStation, like they have like a bundle. I don't know if they
Because
have
I know
like
like the older God of Wars you could only play on like maybe PlayStation 3.
yeah. I mean, maybe on the PS5 you should be able to. I'm not too sure because I'm not really like on it. Cause I know my friend was saying that you need to like download something to play it, be something. I don't know. I have no idea. Cause for the older God of Wars, I've only played the first one just cause when I was like younger, I didn't have like video game money like that. So I only had the first one for the PSP, and then the other
Yeah, that's
ones.
what I played
Yeah,
too. I had the one for the PSP.
yeah. And then the 2 and 3, and then I think there was maybe another one. I don't remember. Those I would just watch like the people play them like on on YouTube. The whole walkthroughs. I just watch it like that just because I didn't couldn't get the games like that, and plus I was on Xbox mostly, so I couldn't even play them.
Yeah.
And
There's
then
one game that I was surprised didn't win like any awards. I mean, it was a while ago, but that Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that game
facts,
was really fun.
yeah, because like that ass for that one. I know you told me like, yo, that one's really good, and I still gotta play it, but my brother was like, "Oh, you gotta play Origins first, cause like the gameplay mechanics are different, so you get used to it, and then play the newer
I'll tell
ones."
you what, I never played Origins, and actually, no, I did play Origins, but only for like a day,
Uh huh.
and I haven't played Assassin. I took like a 2 year break, but then I started Valhalla. Dude, you could just jump right into that game.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, cause I know, cause like in general, just from like other gamers who played the game, they were like, "Yo, Valhalla's actually really good. Like story's
Oh yeah,
good.
it's
Like in
so much fun. And you get like, I know that you played Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
yeah,
You get a little taste of that too. You get to sail around on the boat and take over different territories.
gotcha, gotcha. Cause I know you didn't want to
Kind of
get
reminded
Black
me of
Flag.
like a Far Cry game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Ubisoft, so it has to have similar things, especially with stealth.
Oh yeah.
Now, I didn't look into the gameplay or nothing like that, not too much, just because when I eventually do play it, it's my experience. But is it like stealthy like the original Assassin's Creed, or is it more like maybe like
Um,
Origins, where it's just kind of more battle?
it's kind of battle oriented. Like so you could go into like you could take over like a little village, but you have like your boat crew with you, and you'll like dock your boat right outside a place. You'll um have someone blow this battle horn, and you and all your troops just storm into this village, killing bad guys and stealing loot and taking over the territory. But
Gotcha.
it's super fun. You could customize, you like upgrade different like fighting moves, like, and it all depends on what weapons that you have. Like you could have two hammers, and there's a move to where you could like um crush people's knees, and then they're like kneeling down in front of you, and you get two hammers and you like squash their head with your two hammers. Or if you have two axes, which is what I use because it was badass, and you could chop off like limbs and chop off their heads, kind of like The Witcher.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun. And there's some uh there's Norse mythology stuff in there too, and it's super fun, super duper fun.
Yeah, like the whole Norse and then like Viking, that whole Viking lifestyle or whatever you want to call it. Like, I find that cool. Like, it's interesting, know a different part of the world. Now, but does the game go with the Assassin's Creed story? Like, do they connect good?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because if you.
Now, it's not going to be like the first couple where it's like snap back to reality,
Yeah.
and now I'm back in oh man, I forget what it's called, but back into like the computer program thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, you don't
Yeah.
really go back and forth too much,
Gotcha.
but it is super duper fun.
Yeah,
And
because
normally when I play those types of games, I'll do like, you know, buffed up squirrel mode where you do all the side missions and you get all the XP, and then your dude's like overpowered, and then you do the main missions.
hey, that's how it be like sometimes. I mean, you gotta prep yourself. Like, that's like I don't know if you did, but I told Hunter or not Hunter, Austin during the when you played The Witcher for that little time period. Like, yo, hey, do these side missions. You get some gear. You get skill points. That way, when you fight the Griffin, it's not too hard.
Oh no.
And it was too hard for Austin. I think he ended up quitting. But I mean, if you pull through, The
I
Witcher
don't
is really good.
fully blame them.
It's hard.
I
I
don't,
ain't
I
gonna
don't
lie,
fully
bro. That Griffin
blame
was
them
hard as
there.
fuck.
Yeah,
The
game's
Griffin,
tough.
the Griffin was literally one of the hardest bosses I faced. There's like maybe two other hard bosses that I had trouble with, but yeah, it's shit. That Griffin's tough, bro. But once you get through it, get how the game works, it's pretty good. But a few things that my cousin said. This man said, "Hey yo, no face cam in the chat, bro. Face cam. It's coming. It's coming in the future. Maybe I get you one too, HunnaGunna. That way when we do the pod, I'll figure out how to link them, and we can get that going.
Oh yeah, that'd be super cool.
Yeah, dude. Like you, like my what is it called? My podcast host. Is it host? I don't know. Co-host, whatever you want to call it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, there's Zach too, but Zach, busy guy, I guess. I don't know. But S Train, one of my mods, he's like, no invite, am I scared? Man, if you don't get your squidbilly ass, boy, scared of nothing, boy. Bag, I'm gonna send you one invite to the party. And you could be a guest that joins right now. And if you don't join, you ducking, you scared, you're a squidbilly, and I could keep going.
I'll tell you what though, that Witcher game, I remember I probably played that game 4 or 5 times, and I've never finished it. I remember the very first time I played it, I pulled a Austin, and I couldn't beat that griffin.
Yeah.
And I took about a 2 week 2 week break from the
Yep.
game. I was
Sometimes
like,
it's
all
too
right,
late.
this game's stupid. There's this griffin. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yep. Yep. Because trust me, I had the same thing, but before the Griffin actually. Because when I downloaded The Witcher, and it was like Game of the Year. I forgot what year, but it got Game of the Year. So I was like, all right, you know what? It has to be good. I saw the trailer. The trailers are really good. They're like
Yeah.
movies. So I was like, all right, you know, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try this out. And there was like it's called a Noon Wraith, so it's like a spirit, right, a ghost, and it's not even a boss. It's just like a monster that's there that you don't even have to fight. It just pops up, and it was guarding like this a place of power. It's called, right. You get skill points, and one you could just claim it and run. You don't even have to fight it. But I thought you have to fight the Noon Wraith, and I was having trouble. I kept dying. So
I'll tell you what though, you did help me out big time. You're like, all right, Hunter, what you're gonna have to do is find all these place of power
yep,
things,
yep,
and then they'll give you a free skill point and level you up.
yeah.
I'm like, ooh, I didn't know about that. And you're like, yeah, man, just go around the whole map, get them, and then do the story.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right.
because one of the skills on the skill tree is if you eat something for a couple hours, you're constantly regenerating health. That way, you know,
And
you
it
can
lasts
hide, heal up.
forever.
Yeah. So that way, it's like it's not hard because if you don't have food to heal, you're fighting bosses or you're point in the story, you can't go back. You're fucked, basically. And then,
And that, yeah, that was the most important skill.
yeah. So when I faced basically after the Noon Wraith, like I gave up. I was like, fuck this, you know,
Yeah.
fuck this game. And then I was like, I tried it another time, but I didn't pay attention to the controls or anything. I didn't even know how to open my map right. So I was like, you know what, man? Man, fuck this game, bro. I didn't want to play this game. And then the third time, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna restart from the beginning, so I know how to play. You know, when they tell you how to play it, beginning of the game, it's not a spoiler, but I told you, hey, beginning of the game, you meet the devil, and then you'll figure out what that means. End of the game, or technically the DLC, but it's actually a pretty cool storyline. But anyways, once I found out, because you know how it tells you you gotta use your bow or the art sign, which is that wind blast, to bring down the griffin.
Yeah.
That crossbow does like 1 damage, which
Oh yeah.
sucks.
It does nothing.
The crossbow sucks in that game. So you just have to bring him down
See,
once and then attack it with your sword. That's how you beat him.
what I did was there's that telekinesis like power move
Yeah.
to like confuse the griffin. So as
But
soon as he got close to the ground, I used that. He was like stunned. I just whacked him with my sword a little bit, and that's
yeah, bro.
easy peasy.
That man was off the Zaza, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
Once you know how to play the game, because look, every monster has a weakness, and that's what your spells are for. Each of them has a weakness to one spell. You know, obviously you get better loot.
Yeah,
It
and you
becomes
have to
easy.
like before you go in and fight monsters in that game, you have to look up what their weakness is. It's crucial.
Yeah.
Like I went to fight and I kind of played myself one playthrough of it because there's a mission where it's like, oh, you gotta fight a werewolf. So I'm like, all right, what's the weakness? And it's this wolfbane oil
Yeah.
that you had to put on your sword. And I'm like, all right, where's the wolfsbane at?
From the
Where's
first
this
mission.
plant at? And I looked it up. They're like, oh, when you first start the game, if you help this lady, then you have wolfsbane, and you could get it from all these different plant shops. I'm like, sweet. Where's it at? I'm at the shops. Then I remembered. I let that lady die in the beginning of the game, so
Facts.
I had to
Yeah, I
go
didn't do that
to
mission either, bro.
uncharted territories just to find one plant.
Because I thought about it like this. I'm a witcher. I'm not going to go look out for plants. Fuck I look like. I'm going to go after that griffin.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So when I
Start
fought
the
that
game,
wolf,
it's like, oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh,
fuck,
my
this shit's
mom's
hard.
dying. Will you help me? And you're like, no. There's a
Yeah,
griffin. I gotta go fight this griffin.
yeah, that shit was fucking tough too. But the story is really good. So I know you probably
Story is
stopped.
really good.
I know you probably stopped at a certain point, but if you continue, I promise you, it's so good. Depending on what your ending is, because I fucked up my ending apparently somehow.
I
But
mean, you know where I stopped at the last time I played it.
yeah,
There was something that happened that you didn't even think was
I
possible.
literally didn't know that was possible because from the videos I've seen, none of that happened. So I'm like, what? I was like, oh nah, I don't even know what you did. I honestly don't know. So there was actually, because I have a few questions in the chat, I will disclose in a bit. But I just want to say there was like a Easter egg kind of for The Witcher. It's part of the DLC. So one of the girls they get cursed, right? And there's a
Yeah.
way you can't remove the curse, but you could transfer it. But depending on what you do, if she stays cursed, she has 8 years to live, right? So let's say you stop
Ooh.
playing. If you change the time on your Xbox like 8 years later, if you go back in the game, that character actually dies.
No way.
So that was like a mini Easter egg that they put in there, and then someone barely found that out like a year ago or 2 years ago. So I thought that was pretty like cool that they added a small little detail and they made something happen. Yeah.
Dude, like that game is what made me so excited for Cyberpunk
Yes. And
because
yeah.
they've put so much work into The Witcher. That was like finally a futuristic first-person shooter. That's what I'm used to playing first-person shooters. This game's gonna be dope, and I'm lucky that when I played it, I didn't experience as much bugs as a lot of other people,
Yeah.
and that game was really good too.
Facts. So there's actually I want to talk to you about that. But before we start that, I'm just gonna go with the chat questions real quick. So a friend of mine he said macro business idea. I got many ideas. Many ideas. Some are coming through. Some within time. Things are set in motion. But that's a talk in person. You know the vibes. Shout out my mod, Pack Killer Train. Just join. Possible bundles with the merch. It's the one that comes with the buttons. There's no bundle yet because this is the very first limited drop merch. So whoever's listening right now, dropping a merch on the site. I just need to do a photo shoot, get the site ready. You know you'll be able to you'll be able to buy it through PayPal, or if you know me, you know I could drop it off or pick it up, whatever happens first. And there's that. This man said Kane top 5, Buggin, maybe top 15. But he said game of the year for 2022. We discussed that a little bit in the beginning. But he said predictions for 2023 games coming out that are highly anticipated. One, game of the year. I know we talked about it in the beginning. But I said it's between Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So, Pack, you think that shit neck and neck, or you think maybe Horizon Forbidden West might sneak up?
Yeah, Minecraft gonna win, boy. Fuck time up.
Man, I'm just waiting on Minecraft Part 2, bro. That's what I'm waiting
Nah,
for.
me personally, I think Elden, bro.
Like, Elden was good.
Bro, Elden,
Yeah, I think Elden Ring would win.
bro, the lore, T-Sway is literally like Game of Thrones lore, bro. It's literally made by the guy who made Game of Thrones.
I
You
know.
just gotta be, you gotta be a little big brain. Get them context clues. You know, you see a book on the floor, read it, type shit.
Oh,
You
I
know.
ain't reading that
Just-
book off the floor, but I just fought a sweaty ass
Oh,
boss. I ain't reading no book. I just, you know, I have
basically,
to.
Melania. She was
You
going
gotta
for a
play
bigger,
Elden
bigger,
Ring like Skyrim. You gotta read those books,
Oh,
and on
bro, I
all the
fucking love
bookshelves,
Skyrim.
and
Skyrim was
then
really
you
good.
might find some hidden locations, some little epic loot going on.
Kind of
Yeah.
facts, but with Skyrim, there was actually dialogue with the characters. And I'm not saying there's not dialogue in Elden Ring. It's just very little. It's one of those where you do this other mission and the two sentences she said you have to clue in. But that's the thing. If you don't go to this certain area, you will literally never know unless you go there.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I guess you have to be big
Yeah.
brain, clue it in, go to that area, beat the boss. You find this little book. You know, it has like a paragraph. You read it. But since there's like 5 endings, it's kind of. I'm just saying, me personally, a guy that just went through the game as it goes. Story wise, I literally didn't know. I mean, I understood it. Obviously, you know, you get the rune thing. At the end, you become the Elden Lord. But depending what ending you get is like good or bad. Or some shit, I don't know. I literally don't know.
Now, Juan, have you beat the Ghost of Tsushima game?
Yes.
Alright, so what I think you should do is now that you've beat Elden Ring, you beat Ghost of Tsushima, might as well play a game that meets in the
Sekiro?
middle.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
Sekiro,
Mm?
Kratos
Those games
died
are
twice.
hard, bro.
Teach me about a rage quit.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely gonna
I
rage
would
quit.
love to watch you play those games.
Mm,
That man
maybe,
teach
Now,
me
maybe.
I've gone to the fourth boss in the game, and so if I can make it there, I know you can make it there. But I'll tell you what, it is tough.
Oh, I know. That's why I didn't. At first, I kind of didn't want to get Elden Ring, because I'm like, yo, this shit no joke, and I knew that. But Pac was like, hey, I'll help you, and I'm like,
Yeah, I won't be helping you out in
shit.
Sekiro, boy.
That's what I'm saying.
You on
Like,
your own right there.
if it's by myself, oh shit, I'm out there fighting for my life, bro. Cause fuck, Jedi Fallen Order was hard as shit, and it's a Star Wars
Yeah,
game.
yeah, that was a tough game.
Yeah,
Fox over here like that was easy.
yeah, you know,
You don't pull out
but
your inner Anakin.
man, not Anakin, fucking Pac. He's used to those type of games, like Dark
Fox like I beat Darth
Souls,
Vader at the
all that
end,
stuff.
you know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no,
Put a
no,
mod in so I can
easy
purple.
breezy. There you go.
Easy breeze.
But I have a
William
question from
Cheese.
the chat. My boy A-Rod, he said, "Is Zach's career over?" Question mark with Game Shore. What do y'all think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey
Low-key,
yo.
he got nerfed.
Hey yo. Zach,
Now,
I try
I
to
think
give him
he could
opportunities.
possibly come back for like game time, like some Monopoly game time.
Facts. If we get a
If
Monopoly
we-
game going,
if we
that
ever
shit
try
would be
to-
funny.
Oh yeah, I kind of miss those Monopoly games that we would have.
Facts. Cause look,
They play like a full party and be like, bro, Zach's doing the same bogus thing. He's selling everything for the blues.
yeah.
And somehow it works for him.
Sometimes,
That's
because
his
the moment
strat.
he's losing, he quits the game.
Yeah. Be like, oh, my internet went
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah. This
I
is
don't know what happened.
my started listening to Nickelback and this shit fucking died. Right. Coincidence. But it's here at Game Shore, you know, we pretty much welcome all people for whether it's a feature, whether they eventually want to join, because you know Pac eventually joined us. HunnaGunna,
Yo, hold on. Let me interrupt real quick, bro. This man Tito said pack buns at Elden. I'm about to bake this little goblin boy.
Hey, yo. All right. Well, one thing at a time. Because Tito, he be bugging. He be bugging. But yeah, I try to give Zach opportunities. You know, the comeback as in Game Shore, whether it's in podcasts, videos, gaming. Tell me why Zach bought an Xbox Series X retail, so he saved himself $50 if he were to bought it from Decur.
There you go.
But he don't play it.
Ooh.
Yeah, he told me that he doesn't play anymore.
Yeah, and when I try to tell him, he gives me a little sass. He's like, "Oh, I'm busy." But then on his Snapchat story, this man's taking a shit or he's fucking eating something on the couch. Hey, if you call that busy, you know you're busy, But I'm not gonna like keep going. Like, hey, like I'm on the grind. The one thing about guys like us, the grind don't stop.
So
You know
you're
what I
saying
mean?
that you're leaving Zach behind?
I'm not leaving no one behind. I'm just climbing the mountain. If you want to climb that mountain with me, it's up to you. You know what I mean? It's
Alright,
up
so
to
you're
you.
leaving behind.
Hey, if you get killed by frostbite, we gotta keep going. We
Ooh.
gotta keep going. That's literally like the people in Mount Everest who died up there. They're literally landmarks there. So that's what my Zach be. He might be a landmark, but for us, we gotta get to that top of the mountain. Put our flag up there. And if we die coming down, fuck it. At least we got there, you know what I mean? Or at least we tried halfway, or maybe bottom, middle, top, lower, or
There's
whatever.
one thing I do want to know, and that's about Zach getting his head shaved.
Dude. He got patched.
What bet did he lose?
So I'll explain that for the chat, and then A-Rod, I'll get with your other questions eventually. So one question at a time. But so the bet was, let me drink some Sprite real quick. Hold up. So this was the bet. This was the bet. And this was also my attempt to get Zach back in the game with Game Short. Get his shit rolling. Start doing his content again on TikTok, YouTube, whatever. But clearly it's been a couple days and we haven't seen none of that yet. But I'm trying to motivate the guy. You know what I mean? Because he has the potential. Whether he sees it or not, you know, I want him to get up there. You know what I mean? Whether it's with or without me. But the bet was him and my friend A-Rod made a bet within I think it was maybe like 3 months they had to lose weight, right? Whoever loses the most weight and they weighed in, whoever loses the most weight wins, obviously, and the loser has to shave their head and give the other person $100.
Oh no.
So, A-Rod, you're finding out right now. I'm not gonna lie, the first week, obviously, my boy Andy G, shout out Andy G, he was in the gym. You guys were about to start like working out or whatever. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get myself back in the gym too. I can't be the only little chunk boy. I gotta get swole. Gotta be like one of them Joe bros, you know what I mean? So me and my
Them thick
brother,
boys.
yeah, me and my brother, they're gone to the gym. Obviously, we got a new schedule of work, so we haven't been in the last like week and a half or so, just because we've been busy. But so the first week, Zach started eating a little better, and then like a week after that, he kind of like gave up. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no.
He literally tried to like buy out the bet and like blah blah blah. He basically tried to quit already. And I was telling my friend, right, I'm like, yo, nah, bruh. Just wait till October, end of October, and you'll see him bald. Don't let him buy you out. So he still had a lot of time. I don't know why he quit that early, but he ended up losing. And the first like week, he was ducking. Right, he was ducking. Like he didn't want to get. Obviously, he didn't want to go bald. No one really wants to go bald. And yeah, we were threatening the what is it? Not cancel him. The cut him off like for until he gets bald, right? Like
Yeah.
because he was ducking. We're like, like a bet's a bet. When I lost my bet, I had to do 3 bear fights,
Oh no.
and I did them all. I almost died in the first night, but I did it, right? I was even trying to like find a loophole to do them like a single one a night. Like I was trying to be that guy, but my friend was like, "No, you can't do that. I have to be there, see it happen." So I was like, "All right, you know what? Fuck it. A bet's a bet. I'll take the L. Whatever." Right? So same thing goes with Zach. A bet is a bet. You gotta do it. So my friend A-Rod pulled up to his house, shaved that boy bald. Now dude looks like Kratos. Or Bert Kreischer, or whatever his name is, the comedian. The guy who takes off his shirt. And that was the bet, pretty much. And then My friend gave me the footage, and I made it into a vlog. And the whole hashtag was hashtag ZachBallCleator. I'm trying to get Zach to do a
Oh
comedy
no.
vlog special, but he's not down. He doesn't want to. He's afraid that people are gonna start throwing tomatoes or making monkey and frog noises because it's happened before. Believe it or not.
Ooh.
Literally, that's what happened before. Dude might be a little scarred a little bit, but I try to convince him. I try, but I mean, I don't know if he just doesn't want to. He's scared. I even told him, me and Andy will be your openers, because if we bomb, we'll leave off the pressure. You either might be the funniest guy there, or you bomb with us. Literally, you know what I mean? But he's not down.
He's always had that fear of like not doing good up on the stage.
Yeah. So on his birthday, right, back in the summer, we went to a karaoke bar, and I'm not a singer, so I don't want to sing. But this is what Zach told me. He's like, bro, just hop on stage. You just start singing, and who cares if you're good or bad? It's that easy. Then why don't you do that on comedy? And he starts getting a little red. I'm like, boy, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Pretty much. If they laugh at you, I mean, or they laugh about your jokes. But the whole point is for you to try, because if that's his dream, then I want him to at least try. And Game Show is my platform where I can help him try, give them motivation or boost. And I've tried that before. I got Zach to make a YouTube channel, make content. Obviously, he stopped for a long time.
Wait, he does
now.
have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, like I'm the one that got him to make one, and we would both make vlogs, and it's my point of view and his point of view basically, and then he will have skits, and I even would do his thumbnails. I was like, yo, like I'll help you, you know what I mean? If you need the help, and if I can help, I'll help. But obviously, he hasn't done skits. Maybe I think he's done a couple TikToks, but it's he could have done something better. You know what I mean? Because there's some jokes that are real funny that he'll say, and I'm like, yo, make that into a skit. And then he'll make a random skit.
I'll be like, no.
Yeah. So, the question isn't really, is Game Short done with Zach? Is Zach done in general? That's the real question.
Is Zach done with Zach?
You know what I mean? Because Game Short is not done. It's only the beginning. This has been the beginning. And the great journey awaits for no one. You know what I mean? We keep going to the top. But that's that. So, I mean, HunnaGunna, you lived with Zach before, and he was part of your life. He considers you his brother. I'm sure it's likewise.
Oh
now, what do you think about Zach doing comedy? Because you know him a little more, in a sense.
I think he's really, really funny. I think he does have a shot to like do stand up. He just needs to get over that stage fright fear. Like, of course, every comedian or stand-up comedian now they've done the open mics and they've bombed the stage and their sets and everything like that, but it just helps them to be better.
Yeah.
There's another step along the path to success, or as Zach says, success.
Oh,
Oh no.
shit. Now, Pac, you known Zach in high school for a little bit.
Yeah, man. His
What
whole
do you think?
appearance was a comedy.
There you go.
Oh,
Hey, tell him.
He
All right.
had the bowl cut, the coconut head. Nah, bro. I fuck with Zach. He's cool though.
Yeah, but
He's a funny boy.
that's the thing. Dude had a coconut head, but he would roast anybody, bro.
Bro, like, bro, that was
Literally.
peak Zach, bro. He bro, if that Zach was like here in the present time, bro, that motherfucker could do stand up, bro. Cause
Yeah,
he wouldn't
dude.
give a fuck what people would say. Cause this
Think about
motherfucker got cooked in high school, bro. But he didn't give a damn, bro.
it. Facts.
Yeah,
Like,
he
Motherfucker
got
was cooking
roasted
them
all the
back.
time in my high school too. And like he would try to roast people even when he had a mullet mohawk haircut. And everyone's just like, dude, have you seen yourself? He's like, have you seen yourself? Look at you.
yeah.
I'm like, this guy off the chain.
We used to call Zach Kodak Zach. That's how X Games he
Oh,
was. Like, dude was just a menace, dude. Like you wouldn't
Bro,
be
the
able to
lunchroom was
talk
his
shit.
playing field, bro.
Yeah, like he was cracked. He did have the Zack Attack shoes, and it didn't help. It did not help.
Oh, nah.
So real quick, my friend A-Rod in the chat, he said, Zach said in Ohio he used to be the man. Is that facts?
That is so false.
Yo,
Hey, yo!
it's confirmed here. It's false. Dude was not the man.
False. Fake news.
Fake news.
Yo,
Fake news.
someone in the chat said, Juan, what about your
Because
shag?
Hey, yo,
the same
take it
thing
easy.
he told you, the same thing he told you about Ohio, he told us the same thing about Chicago.
Facts. Yeah, it's just it's like a different breed. Cause I remember you told me like, man, Zach had these Air Maxes that said Zach Attack and he get roasted. And I'm like, bro, he had the same ones over here in Chicago and he got roasted. I was like, dude, it's literally.
Me and my brother actually ruined those Zack Attack shoes.
Hey yo.
Yeah, there was one day, let's just say that he had a pop, he had a Sprite in the back seat of my brother's Jeep, and in order to keep it cold, we had two 1-gallon buckets of ice cream that were given to us for free. And in order to keep the Sprite cold, he sandwiched the 2 gallons of ice cream on its side, lid facing up and down, and he sandwiched them in between the Sprite to keep it cold. So the ice cream melted, and there was at least 1.5 gallons of melted ice cream in the back seat of my brother's Jeep.
Yeah.
So to give him some payback, about a week later, we were driving back from somewhere, and Zach's drinking his McDonald's Coke, and he's in the back seat having a good time. And in the back seat, the cup holders were crappy, and my brother's driving. And my brother just looks at me and he winks at me. He's like, "Oh, squirrel!" And he just starts steering the wheel crazily, and it spills Zach's Coke, and it gets all over his Zack Attacks.
Oh no. That's what he gets. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, dude, my shoes." We're like, "Dude, there was a squirrel, man.
My Zack Attacks.
Man, Bob,
My Zack Attacks.
we had to dust that. Assholes." And for a while, we did have him convinced that was the squirrel until one day we were like, "Yeah, there was no squirrel."
It was revenge.
No.
Yeah. Because I heard that story
know
before you guys told me, when, he got buckets of ice cream melted in Austin's car. I'll be mad as hell too. You know what I mean? So it's, hey, revenge or payback or justice. You kind of got to choose.
Yeah, Austin got so mad that he didn't even talk to Zach. The whole time Zach was just like, "Hey Austin, I'll help clean, I'll help." And he's like, he just looks at Zach and he's like, stay in the car.
Oh yeah.
Zach thought he was about to get kicked out.
So another, yo, yeah, I heard a couple of those, but my friend said there's a few things my friend wants to confirm because obviously the stories Zach told us are different from what happened over there and vice versa from over there to here. So my friend's wondering, Zach said that he pulled dimes over there. 10 out of 10
False.
dime pieces. Hoes.
False.
False, you say? That's also false
Yep.
over here. I don't know why.
I will say that he did try to flirt with a bunch of girls in the high school to where he became known as the weird creep in high school,
Oh no.
where all the girls were like, "Oh my gosh, this guy named Zach just hit me up," and they're like, "Oh really? He hit me up a week ago." Ha 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 ha.
Oh no.
But he tried.
Yeah, you gotta give props, He'll see a dime piece and hey, he'll go for it. Will he score? No, not a shot. But he tried. And so you gotta give him a little props. But another thing that my friend wants to confirm, was Zach a wrestling star varsity?
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. He might have been a star on the bench, but not a star on the mat.
Cause
But he did work hard, though. He did train hard. But, no. He gave a good effort.
Yeah, he tried.
I'll just leave it there. Yeah, he gave a
Cause he be
really
wearing
good effort.
the varsity Ohio wrestling varsity jacket pretty strong sometimes.
He stole that shit.
Yeah, he be trying to flex that shit.
Oh no. What's he say that he earned that jacket?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, since he was on the varsity team, easy raps, you got the jacket. But
He got the varsity jacket because he was a senior. If you're a senior, you're on the varsity team.
there you go, you're right. It's been confirmed. 3 things been confirmed. Yeah, because he's saying Zach's the towel boy who shoots.
In my school,
runs on
you
the
also
court.
get a Letterman jacket if you're in band. So, I mean, it
Oh,
doesn't really matter that much.
fuck.
Dude.
They're just handing them out. Hunter, have you been seeing those Ohio memes lately? Because I've been seeing them a bunch.
No, what's the Ohio memes about?
Well, there's a bunch.
You don't know the Ohio boss?
Oh no! All right, so there's an Ohio boss, but before we get to the boss, they have it's called the meme the soul meme is only in Ohio, and it'll be like something crazy. Like there was one where there was like this demon dog, and it was like, hey, only in Ohio, right? So I had to send you the video, so it's kind of hard. But it will be like bunch of like random or crazy shit that would go down, and then people will comment, "Hey, only in Ohio," you know what I mean? But in the show, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, there's a guy, or not a guy, but there's a phrase that's it's made in heaven, right? And they say it like in the Japanese voice. But this Asian guy, he says made in Ohio in like that Japanese.
Oh
It's like
no.
made in Ohio. And he'd be walking menacingly, and I think he even pulled up to Ohio at one point. I don't know if that was dead ass or not. But yeah, there's a bunch of only in Ohio memes I keep seeing, like on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. So that's what I was saying. Since you're actually from Ohio, have you been seeing these memes?
I have not. I haven't seen a single meme like that.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah,
I'll
'cause
tell you one thing, there's nothing in Ohio.
there you go.
Huh?
There's cornfields and then there's Walmarts.
Yeah,
There's no dogs that stand on
And
2
lots
feet.
of lots of Republicans.
there you go. So yeah, that's yeah. I mean,
Like,
I have to
I
find
mean,
them and tell you.
I'm just saying that, like, in my town there's so the town I live in, there's a lot of Republicans,
Mhm.
and there's one one building that has like Trump painted all over it.
There you go. That's
But
dedication.
if you come in this town and you start speaking your uh, political viewpoints, then you might get shot.
Hey,
Mm.
oh,
It's very country
damn.
over here.
Shit, that sounds pretty serious. You know what I mean?
I saw on the news today that in Chicago there's like people that there's like a big shooting in Chicago. Did you guys see that?
That's been happening like a lot
I
recently. I ain't
mean,
gonna lie.
That's every day.
I know that's like a everyday thing,
It's
but
kind of
it was
fucked.
like I don't know, 22 people injured and
Yeah,
4 dead or something.
I did see something like that. I don't know if that was today. I don't remember, but Chicago's
But yeah, I
not
saw
that
it on the
bad.
news today, and I was thinking of you guys. I was like, dang, hopefully they're dodging that stuff. I look on Snapchat and I see Zach's story of him walking around on the streets. I'm like, oh no.
Zach about to get shot up. But nah,
I remember
so
one day I called Juan on the phone and he's like, someone just yelled out something, I'm running.
there you go. Hey, sometimes you can't, you don't want to risk it. But, cause look, Chicago is a big place, but it's not as bad as people make it. And the fact that shit does be happening, like in the more like bad parts, I guess, like air quotes, the ghetto parts. Like
Yeah.
obviously, there's shit does happen sometimes, but for the most part, Chicago's not that bad. And we live, well, me and Zach, where we basically live, it's like the outskirt. Like a 5 minute drive, we hit the highway into Chicago pretty quick. But it's not that bad. Like if you go downtown, yeah, there's gonna be crackheads and stuff like that. But it's a nice city,
Hmm.
so it's not that bad. So you and Austin should definitely visit, and that vlog's gonna be fucking crazy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Shit will go down when that happens, for sure, for sure. Zach,
But
Zach might be a
for
little
all
nerfed.
those questions about Zach saying that he was basically a celebrity in Ohio. Well, I guess he was. He was very popular in high school, but not for being the
Not for the good reason.
yeah, not for good reasons.
Yeah, over
Zach
here.
Walkley.
Cause Zach was here for like 2 years. I think he says three, but I don't remember him junior year. I ain't gonna lie. But the first 2 years, yeah, Zach was a menace.
He
Like
was your senior?
he was here freshman year and sophomore year. But he said he was here junior year, for like the first few
Yeah, I
months.
think I remember him sophomore.
I don't remember him junior year, to be honest. But
I don't either.
Zach was the boy. He tried to roast anybody, but Zach was always talking, so there was at least one person always telling him to shut up. And Zach would try to make a joke. But yeah, for my friend saying, can a rough estimate how many times does Zach get curved, and does he have Riz? Confirm or not?
Well, what was the question again?
So the question was the rough estimate of how many times Zach got curved, and Zach got no Riz confirmed. So does he have game? Basically.
Um, well, 9 out of I'm gonna say 9.9 out of 10 times didn't work out for him.
There you go.
Ooh.
It's,
But the point one I'll give to him because he asked a girl out to homecoming and she said yes. But then the day after he got that mohawk mullet haircut, and then she didn't want to go to homecoming with him anymore.
No,
Oh, he fucked
brutal,
that up.
brutal. Fumbled the bag. Yeah, cause there's a story I want my friend to hear, but I don't know if you want to tell it, Austin, or sorry, Austin, Hunter, uh, about the Zach 2.0. It's a story I don't know if you want to tell.
Zach 2.0. Um, yeah, there was a girl that he had a crush on, and he there's another wrestler named Zach, and that Zach guy was like a state championship wrestler, and um so there's one day that we were hanging at our friend, his name is Skeeter. We were hanging at his house, and Zach's crush showed up. So Zach was like wanting to impress her and everything, and one, and then later on in the night, he sees his crush kissing this Zach 2.0 guy, and he starts to get all sad and stuff, and he goes to hang out with one of our best friends who has a dip in his mouth, and he asks him for a dip, and so Zach's first time having a dip in his mouth, and he throws up all over the place, and it was not a pretty good sight. But
Yeah.
I love Zach to death. He is my brother, but yeah, all those rumors, not true.
Yeah, Zach's the boy, but a lot of L's, you know what I mean? But, you know. But yeah, A-Rod, that's the story of Zach 2.0. Zach 2.0. Hate to see it. Love to hear it, you know what I mean? But it is what it is with that. Another few questions that we can fit in here. Let's see what it was. One of them was gaming consoles. Are they getting better?
Mm,
Right now, obviously, we got the Series X, the PS5, but you know, you might upgrade maybe. I don't know. Maybe the PS5 Slim. But yeah, A-Rod, Zach got outrizzed by another Zach, who literally was a wrestling star. So, kind of, like I said, hate to see it. I love to hear it, but
another father, Zach.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, shit, outrizzed by another variant. You know what I mean? A Randy Orton. It's kind of tough. Kind of tough. But for the console question, I mean, there
Zach
isn't.
2.0 was literally born to take his girl, bro. That's crazy.
That man. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's the motto, bro. Hate to see it, love to hear it. But yeah, for consoles, to your question earlier, I mean, there hasn't really been any news on any like upgrades or anything new. I know the Google console, I forgot what it's called. That shit was a fucking dud. The KFC meme one, shit was a literal meme.
You heard the VR console where if you like put it on, you can't take it off, and if you die in the game, you die in real life.
Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah, so I mean, there's that. So literally, what Pac said in this VR game or console, if you die in real life. So it's one of those where you risk it for the biscuit. It's one of those like
Mm-hmm.
the game is so on the line with your life, literally. I
Not
mean,
correct. We gotta let Tito play that, no cap.
yeah, like dude, if you beat the game, like, I'll give you like $50 and maybe a free merch or something. That's like the best I could do right now. But like, yeah. But so I think similar story with the Zach 2.0. You want me to tell you, Hunter? It was
Yeah, go
basically
ahead.
we go out to this bar. I forgot what it's called, but we go to this like bar, but they have like a dance scene there, right? Like, you know, you could dance in the, you know, the crowd or whatever. And then there's these two girls, two or three, I don't remember. One of them, they were all pretty, and Zach was like, yo, he has some little riz, and, you know, he had some game, and he was like talking with her, he was making shit work, right? I was like, oh shit, Zach in the game, right? So hey, you know, let him be. You know, I got some shots for everybody. You know, just you know, get shit flowing a little bit. And Zach, obviously Zach was getting you know, he wasn't drunk yet, but Zach, you know, a little teed, right? Yeah, it was the bar was called Doc Ryan's, and we were with our few of our friends, and one of our friends, uh, I don't want to necessarily name drop because I'm not saying this in ill intent or nothing. It was just it's a funny story. It's a similar to Zach 2.0. But Zach went to use the either he went to use the bathroom. No, he went to go get shots, right? Like more shots. Or no, it was a drink. My bad. He went to go get a drink for himself, and I think maybe for the girl too. But the moment he left the bar, he turns. I saw it happen in 4K, bro. Shit, you know, hate to see it, love to hear it. This man sees the girl he was talking to making out with like one of our friends, right? And
Ugh.
Zach's jaw drops. Zach throws his drinks away, and he's mad as fuck. He's like, man, this guy took my bitch, bro. He took my bitch. And
Yo.
he tells the guy on the side like, yo man, I was working on that all night, man, and you fucking take that shit away from me, man. And then our friend, he was like, yo bro, you had all night and you did nothing, so I did. I was like, hey yo, fucking menace. Fucking menace. So Zach mad as hell. And Zach's already like drunk. And then Zach goes with me because I don't he didn't the guy was driving but Zach didn't want to go with him, so he went with me. My ride left, so we're like, all right, we're just gonna call an Uber. But we're just gonna walk down because I think there's like a diner a few blocks down. And Zach's like, man, fuck that bitch, bro. Man, fuck that shit. Right? He's drunk as hell. Man, fuck that bitch, bro. He's like borderline about to cry. And these girls pull up next to us because they were driving. He's like, oh, hi, Zach. And then he changes his mood. He's like, hey, what's up? Where you guys going now? You want to go get something to eat? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like,
Nah.
nah, we're going home. Blah, blah, blah. It's already late. And the moment they leave, right, they turn on the red light or whatever. Zach's like, man, fuck that shit, bro. Fuck that bitch, bro. And we're like,
When
Man,
was
fuck.
this?
this was like before COVID, like maybe a year or two before COVID. And then we're walking, like, all right, Zach, let's just get something to eat. You know, hey, bro, you know, at least we had a fun time. Obviously, not so far beforehand towards the end, but we're going to get something to eat. The thing is, this diner that in my head I thought it was close was actually far, right? We're like, fuck, you know, let's get some fresh air. We just walked there. We walked there and it's closed. We're like, fuck. So we end up walking, but on their way there, like there was like fresh paint, and Zach like was walking next to the wall, so he got paint on his shirt and his arm. And he's like, man, fuck, man, I got paint all over me, man. And I'm like, yo, why the fuck's there wet paint fucking 3 a.m. in the morning, bro? Shit beyond me to this day. But yeah, it was just not Zach's day. So we just called an Uber from there, got home. And yeah, that's a similar story where Zach got out-rizzed by someone else. I hate to see it, I
Now,
love to hear it.
what I kind of want to know is how was it like working with Zach? at the
So,
restaurant.
working at a restaurant with Zach, I'm not gonna lie. This is 100% the truth. I will never lie to you guys, and I wouldn't lie to the chat. This is 100% truth. Zach is a good worker. He works the work. He works his ass off. Right. And he was a dishwasher. As a dishwasher for the month that he worked there, before he kind of did us dirty at the end. He was a good worker. He did the work. You know, he cleaned the dishes. The chef had him clean like the gutters by the drain pipe. And the thing is, no one ever cleaned that before.
Oh my.
So I have the picture of Zach on the floor like cleaning that. I think I might have the video too. I'm like, and Zach mad as fuck. He's like, man, this shit looks like it's never ever been cleaned before. And I'm like, Zach, that shit literally never been cleaned before. Like, we've literally never cleaned that. Like, we just mop the floors, sweep. That's it. That's all we do. You know what I mean? Zach was cleaning that. Zach was like low key. There was another guy. His name was Sal. He was obviously he had the seniority, and he was his part was the front of the kitchen, and Zach was like upstairs with the dishwashing machine, right? But Sal, he would have Zach do the mats, put them back, do the trash bag, throw out the trash, all these side stuff. And the thing is, that's his job. I told Zach, like, yo, that's not your job. He's supposed to do that. Like, you gotta tell him. Like, I'm not gonna get into that because obviously I had my own, like, I was in pastries, so I had like my own shit to worry about right now. So I'm like, yo, just tell him, like, yo, he has to do the trash, the throwing out the trash. You know, you just take turns, different nights, whatever, no big deal. And Zach was like he just became his bitch, kind of. Like, he would always like do it, and I'm like, dude, like, that's his job. Just tell him, like, yo, at least to help you. You know what I mean? Like, he's on his phone waiting for you to finish. Like, you know what I mean? So there was that one thing, like, Zach just wouldn't speak up on that. And then the next day, Zach was like, all right, fuck that shit. I'm gonna tell him straight up today that you have to fucking do it. And I'm like, yes, finally, do it, right? Zach ends up quitting, right?
Oh
And
no.
I'm like, what? Why are you gonna quit? I'm like, I was so confused. And I'm like, what? And it's because his uncle or his cousin, he was doing like a side job, and they needed air quotes needed Zach. I later found out they didn't need Zach. Zach ended up helping anyways. Did not get paid for it. But Zach ended up quitting, and then the chef was like, no, like, how you gonna do it like that? It's like, the chef knew that Zach was gonna quit when he was gonna go back to his construction job, not with his cousin, but back with his construction company when the winter was over. Obviously, because there's not that much work in the winter for construction. So obviously, like, we were short-handed, and then the chef was trying to tell him, like, yo, like, at least do the weekend, right? And Zach's like, I'll maybe do it. And he just straight up just didn't. So the sous chef was like, oh, Zach's a piece of shit. He fucking did us bogus. I mean, but the sous chef always was talking shit in general. And then we popped out one time. And the sous chef goes up to Zach. And think about it. This guy's like 6 feet something. He looks like Triple H with tattoos. So just picture that.
Him?
Yeah, he pulls up. Yeah, he goes to Zach's face. And he's like, "You're a piece of shit, but I respect that." I'm like, "What? What just happened?" I'm like, "Huh?" And I was like, "Yo, hit him!" I literally said that, no joke. I was like, "Yo, hit him!" Yeah, like they were cool. He was like, "Yo, you're a piece of shit for doing this bogus like that. You could at least put. This is how we talk. You could at least put a 2-week notice or something. But you're a piece of shit. But I respect that. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do for your life. You're a piece of shit,
I respect that you
But I
had to do
respect
what
that.
you had to do, but what
Yeah,
you do is bogus.
yeah. But here, let's have a drink. Let's drink a beer. And I'm like, yo, what the hell just happened?
Nah.
But that's how he is, kind of the sous chef. Like he'll talk shit to you, and then like he'll buy you a drink. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I thought he was a nice guy, bro.
Yeah, like I mean, for the most part, yeah, he's a good guy. He's cool. But then he'll call you a piece of shit and then buy your drink after. I'm like, what? How does that make sense? I don't know. But yeah, there's another side story. But the point to all that was Zach is a good worker. When it comes to work, he works the work. But they kind of do him bogus sometimes. You know what I mean? Which is kind of fucked, but you know what I mean?
When he does show dedication.
Yeah.
There's a there's a time where he was working a landscaping job, and it was for the wrestling coach, and this landscaping business was probably a couple towns over from our town, and probably about, I'm just gonna say, a half an hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
So one day Zach's like, "Yo, Hunter, Austin, I'm gonna be working tomorrow. At I'll be off at like 10 o'clock. Can you guys pick me up at 10?" And we're like, "Yeah, yeah, we'll pick you up at 10." And I talked to Austin. He's like, "Hey, don't worry, I'll wake you up and we'll go pick up Zach, and easy breezy."
Mm-hmm.
So next day, Austin wakes me up. He's like, "Hey, we're late to pick up Zach." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it's 11:30. It's almost 12." I look at my phone, and there's a bunch of missed calls from Zach.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And Austin's just like, "I'll save it for you." He's pissed. So we hop in his Jeep and we start driving towards this town, and probably about 10 minutes down the road, there's this gas station, and we're coming up on this gas station, and Austin's trying to call him, and Zach's just like, "Fuck you, man, I'm walking home. Fuck you, don't pick me up. I'm almost there anyway." So we see a figure walking along the side of the
Oh
road,
no.
and so we pull off in a gas station, and he's still like probably 50, 60 yards away. So, and he sees that the Jeep's pulled into this gas station, and it just makes him even more mad that we didn't even like drive by him and pick him up. Austin just parked at a gas station because Austin got mad for him being mad at Austin.
Hey.
So, so Zach walks to the gas station and he hops in. He's like, "Fuck you, my feet hurt. Here's an eggplant."
What?
The whole time he was walking, he probably walked for like an hour, hour and a half
Damn.
just towards Hillsboro.
Yeah.
And the whole time he was holding this huge eggplant.
What the
Oh
fuck?
And
no.
it's the middle of summer, he's sweating and everything.
Fucking
And
eggplant,
he
bro.
was so pissed. And to make it up for him, Austin bought him some Chinese food later that day.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, thanks, man. I love Chinese. I love Chinese food so much." And he just filled himself up. And as soon as we got done eating and walked out the door, Zach throws up all the
Oh
food he just ate.
no.
Ugh.
And Austin's just like, "I want my money back.
But
You gotta pay me back for that." I was like, "I can't help it, man. I ate so much food."
Yeah, that man's
so
always
much
throwing
food.
up, bro.
And that would not be the first or the last time that he did that
Oh, I
at
bet.
the Chinese buffet.
Oh, I bet. I 100% bet that happens all the time. Him throwing up, that shit happens all the time.
Now, you guys been hanging out with him recently. Does he still do the
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh no.
Like I kind of black it out in my mind, but there are yeah sometimes like you once we're done drinking or whatever and we're like walking or something. So we haven't hung out with him that much lately, but the times that we do, and let's say we're walking somewhere, he'll I'm like
Oh
nasty
no.
ass, but yeah, still a habit. Whatever he's doing. Now when
I
he
wonder
does
if
that,
he
he's
has
bald.
like. I wonder if he needs like his tonsils taken out or something.
What? No
Man
idea.
got a lot
He's
of
been
stored
doing
up
that for a hot
mucus.
minute.
Yeah, he got that fucking goo back there. You know what I mean? He got a
You got the gabagoo.
yeah, he got that gabagoo, boy. Yeah, but point of all that, Zach's the boy. A lot of funny stories. He should do stand up. Hashtag ZachBallClay.
Yeah. See, he should do stand up. Like, we just know the guy and we have all these stories about him.
Yeah. So like the stories
So
that
if
we
he just
tell.
gets on the stage, he could rock the mic with all of his crazy stories.
Facts. Like literally. Because I told Zach, like, stand up is a form of storytelling. If you're able to tell a
Yeah.
story, like where it doesn't necessarily have to be funny, it's the way you tell the story. It's funny, and especially the end. Like obviously the end, it doesn't have to be like a fucking ringer or whatever term for comedy. I forgot what the exact term is, but it's one of
Punchline?
those. Yeah, the punchline. As long as it just makes you laugh. Like oh shit, I wasn't expecting that to happen. You know what I mean? It fucking works. Fucking
Zach
works.
Ball Cleator?
Yep. Zach Ball Cleator. Zach Ball Cleator. Gotta make it happen. One day. Or maybe soon or later. Ready to feast down. Get that going. You know what I mean? But it's just one of those things. I mean, what can you do? There's only so much you can do.
Exactly.
You know, you try, but that's pretty much it. All we can do. Shit.
Was when he shaved off his hair, was that the last time you guys hung out in a while?
Well, I wasn't there in person when that happened. But before that, it was a few days before Halloween. So that's the first part of the vlog.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean he's usually with his girl now, and when he does pop out with us, it's them, and it's like a funny little duo sometimes. Like she be pinching him when he acts up, it makes me laugh. You know what I mean?
I think we all need to get, like I said, we all need to get one of those Monopoly games started.
Facts. Those, yeah, that should be like its own stream, that Monopoly game, cause shit be going down.
Oh
Me,
yeah.
me, I'm a businessman. You know what I mean? I'm here making deals. Austin never ever wants to trade.
See, Austin is the politics man. He'll be like, "Oh, I'll do this for you. What are you gonna do for me? Scratch your back, scratch my back. What are you
Uh-huh.
gonna do to benefit me?"
Yeah, and it's one of those where it's like, all right, Austin. Right now, we could do a simple trade. Right now, 1-for-1, and then we get shit going. We get the game rolling. And you'll be like, yeah, but then you'll have two colors. I don't want you to have two colors.
Mm.
I'm not gonna trade with you. And I'm like, all right. And then later on in the
Yeah,
game,
one knows Austin's
yeah,
tricks.
later on in the game, he needs colors from me. Because
Oh.
at a point in the game, I become a
Austin will be
powerhouse.
like, "Hey, Juan, let's
Yeah.
do a trade," and Juan will be
And
like,
like,
"Nope."
no, boy. Like, like, shit, you're out here burning cash, need cash, I'm making cash. You didn't want to trade before on something simple? Now it's a different game. Now we weed out, the bottom. And then I won a few games. He won a few games. You won a few games. Zach, I think he won like maybe once or twice. Because he'll be host, right? Pack, and the moment he's losing, he starts putting Nickelback in the background. His Wi-Fi acts up. The game disconnects itself, and it's just an instant loss. And Austin gets mad when he does that because we'll be playing for like an hour or two max or so. And when Zach quits, it just quits the game. It doesn't continue to see who at least wins. Nope, it just ends there. And Austin gets mad because, like, hey, maybe he was winning that game. Maybe it was just a long night that we were playing. We just want to see who wins. And Zach just quits. You know what I mean? So Austin will get mad.
He'll blame it on his internet connection. His dog farted in the other room and now his internet's out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's happened? And you're just like, bro. And then the next night, he'll be like, hey, Monopoly? And I'm like, no. I'm going to play 2 hours when you're going to quit when you're losing. Because that strategy sucks, bro. Oh, my God. It's the same strategy. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because you buy the blues for like 1,000 each for some reason, right? He overpays, and Austin lets it happen. I let Austin do it, and I think Hunter, you let me let Austin do it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing, and it's like, damn, this man really paid blue for like $1,000 when it costs like $350. Zach lands on any other color on the board, has to sell his blue, fucking loses because he has no money. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. But Monopoly is fun.
I do think that there is a way to get Zach back on the Monopoly.
What's the way?
I think that is to put real money on the line.
Hey, Zach would.
He's really about to go broke now.
He's about to go broke in game, real life. It's a possibility. It might convince him. But the moment he loses, he's gonna want to play again.
Oh yeah.
And
They're like double or nothing. And then
no.
he'll lose again, and then he'll be like, "Fuck."
gotta go a third time, and it's like, Zach, you play for fun. Oh, you're scared? You being bitch guy?
Are you scared?
Okay, buddy. He about to lose. And the thing is, we'll take his money. It's kind of fucked, but I mean, when it comes to Monopoly, if you put real dollars, I play for the win. Same thing with like poker.
I think he did try to do that a couple times.
Yeah. Cause, bro, I don't even tell you the time when we played poker with Zach. And Zach, hey, I know how to play poker. I'm that guy. And the thing is, I played poker like on my on the app, right, on my phone, like way before. So I know the card hands. Sometimes I gotta pull up the picture to double confirm. You know, I'm no fucking pro or nothing. But the first time we played with Zach at my friend's house, shout out Christian Sandy, shout out to him. We were playing poker with him, with his dad, I think his uncle. I don't remember if his mom was playing or she eventually did play. Zach, me, and I think there might have been maybe some other random person. I don't know who it was. But Zach was one of those where he tries to bluff you out, and he'll lose. Cause Zach was like, literally the second turn of the game, right? Second hand. It's everyone's out besides me and Zach, and Zach's like, "Oh, I'm all in," and I'm like, "Oh nah, I actually had something good in my hand." The way he just, try to go strong against me like that off the rip, I know for damn sure he don't got shit in his hand. You can read Zach like a book when it comes to poker. So I'm like, I'm all in. I told you, Zach, I never lose. I took his money. I took it
Oh
all.
no.
And then I kind of felt bad, so after a few rounds, I gave Zach like $20 to get back in the game, and within like 3 hands, he lost it all again.
Oh no.
And I'm like, and Zach was like, "Oh, I'll just pay you back." I'm like, "Bro, it's fine. Like, you're not gonna win the rest of the night. You know what I mean? It's fine. You know what I mean?" I ended up winning everything at the end, at the final game. Biggest clutch in the game, I ain't gonna lie. I went 1v1 against my friend Christian, right? Everyone else already lost their money. They went all in, whatever, they lost. And my friend had like almost all the chips. And they had like 3 little bitch stacks. And then my friend, he got a little gloaty, right? He's like, might as well just quit now, I'm about to win. And I'm like, bro, I still got a shot. You know what I mean? I still have my stacks. My 3 little stacks. He's like, nah. And I'm like, well, let's bet that. Let's continue this bet. He's like, I'll bet you $100 that you will not come back and win. And guess what I did? I came back and I win. The last hand, I don't remember exactly, but I opened my hand and oh my gosh, it was fucking gold. And I'm like, and I'm just there thinking like, shit, what should I do? You know, trying to make him go all in. He goes all in. I'm like, shit, I don't know what to do. All in, boy. Hard on the cards, right? Hard on the cards. The last 2 give me a fucking, I think it might have been a full house or something, and I fucking win. So I ended up winning like $100 because everyone put in like $20 at the beginning. So I won the 100,
Yeah.
and my friend gave me an extra 100 because I came back and I won. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah. Sometimes you just gotta believe. He was pissed. He was pissed that I came back. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Card games, kind of correct. I mean, you know how it is with card games. You know, you play Magic. You know, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Oh yeah.
So that's all card games. So I kind of gotta believe anything is possible. Shit hit the fan. But
So Zach was like, I'll pay you back, I'll pay you back.
and I'm like, man, nah, you're good. You're good. Like, you know what I mean? We still in the game. You know what I mean? And I ended up winning, so it was like no big deal. It was just like, it was just funny that Zach tried to 1v1 me, lost. I gave him another shot so he could just at least play with us. You know what I mean? A couple hands. Lost almost right away. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, I'd shake his hand. And, bro, this wasn't even a good hand. Come on, not even a pair. Like, come on. And then,
Now,
yeah.
was Zach was the last person you gave one of those paintings to, right?
Yeah, he was the last person.
Now,
No, actually, it was A-Rod, my friend A-Rod. My bad.
A-Rod,
Yeah, it was last year's.
what's your plans for this year? Do you have a design in order?
It's coming. The thing is, I had this planned out since last year, believe it or not.
Oh,
Yeah, I planned ahead.
okay.
I'm that guy. A-Rod might get mad when I talk about plans, but I have grand schemes of the great journeyman of the Allfather. You know what I mean? He talking about because
Oh no.
my friend A-Rod, he gets mad because I don't make plans. I kind of just go with the flow. Like when it comes to like
Yeah.
like hanging out with friends or whatever. Hey, I'm just like, hey bro, I'm just hanging out with the boys. You know what I mean? And he'll get mad because I don't have a plan. I don't have a destination. I'm like, bro, just pick a spot. We just go there and that's it. And I mean, why do I gotta choose? Why trying to make me choose? I don't. You know what I mean? But when it comes to my videos and stuff like that, grand plans. I'm the OG master flexer. I could tell you off stream what I have planned. I already know who it's gonna be. It was actually between two things. I'm not gonna tell you what it's gonna be this year. I mean, I'll tell you after the stream, but I'll tell you
Okay.
what the other option was gonna be. But my friend has, well, technically now he hasn't seen both the shows. That's like the clue that I'm doing. But I'll tell you the second one, and maybe down the line I might do it because I like the idea, right? But I'll tell you what it is since you know what it is, Hunter.
Okay. Okay.
So it might be in the future. Maybe I'm already pre-telling the painting in the following year. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm
Who knows?
planning that ahead already. But I was thinking of me as invincible in the sky, like a cloudy sky.
Mm,
Ooh.
Yeah, that shit.
I like it. I
That
like
shit would
it.
have been fucking awesome. Just me fucking flying. And I was thinking maybe him, the person who's gonna get it, was gonna maybe be another character, or it would just been one of me. Because in the last few ones I had one where at least they were in it also, in some form or way. Like Zach was
Yeah.
like carbonated, you know what I mean? Like in Star Wars, he was carbonated in the background. In the recent one, I don't know if you've seen that vlog from my friend A Rod. I was Negan, and he was a zombie.
Yeah, I
So
like that one.
yeah. So this year, after stream, I'll tell you what it is. I already have it, how I want out. It's it's already almost half of November. That's usually when I message the artist and tell her my ideas. So around December, around Christmas time, it should be ready. So
Okay.
so
Okay.
that it's gonna be
I'm
fucking
excited.
awesome. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be good. You know, I mean, maybe hey, maybe a
And
point in time. I was
and
just
you
gonna say,
also said
yeah, go
something
ahead.
about you did Inktober.
Yeah, I did Inktober. I don't know if you saw the link I sent you to the Instagram, but
No.
Pack. I'll send it to you again after this. But Pack also did Inktober for a little bit. He did a few of them.
Ooh.
So
a little bit
Inktober,
here and there.
I always liked drawing, but obviously, like, uh, I never really. When I was more younger, I used to draw all the time, and then in college, I did take a class because I needed fuck, what is it called? I just needed one of those like can't think of the name. I just needed one of those classes just have an extra credit or whatever it was. I forgot what it's called. So it was between art, fucking theater or some shit. An elective. It had to be an elective or something.
Yeah, elective course.
Yeah. So it was between theater, art, and there was like a few other ones. And I'm like, hell no, I ain't gonna do none of that. I might as well do something that I will like doing. So I chose art class and actually like learn more. Like I learned techniques basically. And then so there's that. That's basically all my drawing knowledge. But in October, I wanted my younger brother to do it because he's actually like pretty good at drawing. So I tried to convince him like, yo, you should do Inktober. And then I got a designer, not a designer, yeah, technically a designer for Game Shore. Gimu Kishibe, shout out to him. Hunter, I could tell you who that is after stream.
Okay.
But for him, he needed more stuff for his Instagram also because he's the designer for Game Shore. So I was like, eventually he's gonna do like customs and for people or whatever, like maybe do prints, something. And he's pretty good at drawing too. So I'm trying to get my younger
Super
brother to
cool.
do it. And then he's like, nah, why don't you do it? And I'm like, I mean, I can, but the whole point is for you to do it because get your drawing out there as you're a former person. Because at first he wasn't putting his signature at the bottom, and I'm like, yo, you gotta let the people know like who the artist is. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things you gotta do. So he eventually started doing that. But yeah, I mean, I'll show you the drawings. and some of the topics they're not hard. It's kind of hard to think of what to draw.
Oh yeah,
So
it's tough.
it's like fuck. I don't even know. It's a random ass word. I don't know what to draw. So it was kind of you had to figure it out, and we did it in our iPad. So we had to take turns throughout the day, or sometimes we'll do like two a day, so we're ahead. But it was hard, bro. Cause I know you told me like, hey, it's hard doing a drawing a day, and I was like, I
Oh
like
yeah,
fuck it,
it's
I'm gonna
it
try
was
it.
tough.
Dude, it was hard. Like I'll get home from work and shit, I fucking 30:11. I got an hour to come out with a decent drawing. You know what I mean? To at least upload it for the day. There was one day where I was like behind, cause I went out and I just uploaded that the next day. Then I did that day's day or whatever. But it was, I mean, it's pretty fun. Like drawing. You know, it's one of those like it is a form of like stress, like a reliever, or relieving, whatever. Because it's like I either put a podcast in the background or music, and you just draw. You know.
Yeah, just I like to play some nice R&B music. When I did it, I mainly listened to The Weeknd and Chris Brown.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like
Just nice and relaxing.
you just draw. You know. What I mean, no worries. You just draw. You know. I always like art in general. So it's like, I like doing it. And then sometimes like my cousin, he's like, "Hey, yo, where the stream at? The Kerr pack. Where the stream at?
Hmm.
We gonna game?" I like, I got to finish this drawing real quick. You know what I mean? So that's why
Alright,
in
drawing.
October, yeah. So that's why in October I didn't stream that much, or I didn't really game that much, because I was like, "Hey, yo, I gotta get this drawing out." You know what I mean? Some of them come out good. Some of them, drawing hands is fucking hard. It's fucking hard. You know what I mean? And then faces, it's not simple. Like if you see like some of them are decent. Some of them are a little wonky slush. My brothers, some of them are like really good. I'm like, oh shit. Because one of them, well, there was this one day, we're like, all right, my brother made a really good one. He's like, all right, now y'all gotta do a really good one for today. I'm like, fuck.
I'll show you what. I'll send you a Snapchat of what I've been doing
Yeah,
since
I like to see it.
we started the podcast.
Hell yeah. I definitely would like to see it.
Let me see.
And that's why around the beginning, towards the middle of October, I was talking with Pac, and I was like, yo, I know before you when we talked about Inktober with HunnaGunna, he was like, he wanted to do it too. So I told Pac, like, yo, do some of this Inktober. Like, it's relaxing, chill, get that shit going. And he did a couple, and some of them are pretty good, and some of them were funny, not for the way you think back, because it's like it looked good, but you were like, damn, I only had 2 markers, so
Yeah. I don't have no
the fucking coloring's wrong.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it
the
came
proper
out
colors.
good, but I thought it was funny because I told my brother, he's like, oh, yeah, like he did it, it came out good. The only problem was he only had 2 markers, so the colors are
Yeah.
wrong. But it was pretty good. Hell yeah, bro. That shit looks dope as hell, bro. Send it to Pac so he can see it. Yeah, see, like that looks like if it was off like a coloring book, you know what I mean? But that's like,
Hmm?
oh, he showed me the picture. But that's what I'm saying.
No.
That's how good it looks.
What the hell?
Like, yeah, I'm not that cracked. That's what I'm saying. It looks like you bought that and started coloring. You know what I mean?
Well, I will admit it is a coloring book.
Hey,
I'm just
yo.
coloring while we're doing this.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Wait,
it's all
wait,
good,
for
man.
real?
It's all good, man.
It's a coloring book?
Oh yeah, I'm
Oh,
testing out these markers I got a while back for Inktober, and I just haven't really used them much. I wanted to do Inktober this year, but I got just so busy with work.
Yeah.
and just couldn't find enough time to do it.
Yeah. But regardless of it being a coloring book, I know you could draw it like that in general because I've seen it. You know what I mean? That's what I thought. Like you literally drew it. You know what I mean? But coloring, that shit is
I
good too.
think the one year that I did do Inktober, I think my favorite one was that Two-Faced,
Yeah.
that Batman Two-Face. Sometimes I look at that, I'm like, how did I even do that?
My favorite one that you did was the Siren Head.
Yeah, the Siren Head one.
Yeah, that one looked badass. But
Now there is one thing that um me and my beautiful girlfriend were wanting to do in the future is maybe get a tattoo kit
hell yeah, bro.
and start practicing some tattoos.
Yeah, bro. Because once
I think
tattooing,
that'd be really fun.
yeah, because drawing, you're good, you're cracked. But tattooing, it's a whole thing. Because if you mess up, you obviously you can't erase it. You know what I mean? But the moment you are good at tattoos, you could be making bank. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because then you could do maybe one tattoo a day, but you could charge them a fuckload of money, and then you could be booked. Because there's some artists where I'm like, oh, I want him to tat me, and they're fucking booked till fucking 4 months. You know what I mean? It's like, shit. You know what I mean? But they're good.
Yeah, there's this tattoo artist that I would like to get a tattoo from, and I think that dude's booked up for like years.
Yeah. Yeah, like literally, yeah. That shit's a whole thing. But yeah, I mean, if you like drawing, if that's something you want to do, hey, fuck it. On your side time, get cracked, get good. And if you're really good, start doing it. Shit, hey, maybe I'll let you tab me up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know I want to practice, and man, I don't know, maybe for Christmas we could get a little kid and practice on some fake skin. I know I have an uncle here. He was excited about me telling him about that. He's like, "Oh, I want some free tattoos. You guys should practice on me." We're like,
Hey,
"Oh,
there you go. That's real skin as it gets. Yeah, man. Definitely do that. Straight up. Hey, maybe we'll see you on Ink Master. That ass. And maybe you win.
Yeah, that shit heat.
Yeah, man.
oh."
Bunch of what
I
ifs.
watched
Definitely
that
should
show
try.
so much. That seems so like stressful.
Oh yeah, it's a whole competition.
Like those canvases that they get, like there's some canvases that like can't handle the pain,
Yeah,
and
they quit.
then there's the ones where they have to get tattoos on the palms of their hands. I think that's just crazy.
Yeah,
And they come back to curse you out if it's not good enough.
yeah.
Yeah, they come back, they'll yell in your face, and then you
He
gotta
said, "Hey,
fix it to
punk!"
stay in.
Yeah, it's shit. It'd be stressful just watching it. You know what I mean?
There's been a few cases where like they have their canvases walk out and they're like, "Screw this!
I'll tattoo
I'm not
myself.
losing this competition," and they tattoo themselves. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
because I think one of them ended up losing still, or at least losing the round. But fuck,
Oh yeah.
that's just tough. 'Cause I remember this guy had to draw a phoenix on his thigh, so that's him technically drawing backwards on himself.
Yeah.
Came out pretty good, but I mean, to the eyes of the judges, I mean, I think it was a different story, but I don't know. It is what it is. But we are at the 144 mark. Are we in there? Just you guys have last few things to say?
Um, I I'm just glad to be back on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
Glad to be doing it again.
oh yeah. Glad to have you, bud. What about you, Pack? Any last words for the stream, for the YouTube video, for the pod.
Buy that merch.
There
Buy
you
that
go.
merch.
Buy the merch. Buy the merch. Well, like, subscribe, follow on Twitch. She was live on Facebook too, so I don't know how that works.
I saw
YouTube,
that shit. It was
subscribe.
live everywhere.
Live everywhere. We do it all here at Game Sure. Like, subscribe.
Yeah,